Ilia Topuria won the vacant lightweight title against Charles Oliveira in June, and he may be defending in November against Justin Gaethje. Renato Moicano says he's hearing whispers that the UFC are looking to have Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje and Pantoja versus Joshua Van as the main and co-main event of the UFC 322 card, Madison Square Garden in New York City, November 15th. In line with what Moicano is saying, Ilia Topuria's manager seems to confirm this. He says, "Say goodnight, Justin Gaethje, and still at UFC 322. Justin Gaethje is ranked number 5 in the division. He's a curious choice to get a title shot. Fought for the title before, lost. He's on a 1-fight win streak right now. That's it. The fight before that, he was knocked out badly by Max Holloway. So he's 3-2 in his last 5 fights on a 1-fight win streak, but he's kind of demanding a title shot, and it looks like he might get one. It will be an entertaining fight, but it's just not that intriguing from a competitive standpoint. Ilia Topuria is this undefeated phenom, knocking everybody out, whereas Gaethje, we've seen him lose many times, get knocked out many times, and just get knocked out badly 2 fights back. Number 2 ranked lightweight Arman Tsarukyan would have been a more logical choice from a competitive standpoint and a ranking standpoint, but it looks like the USA ain't going to do that. But it seemed like they're moving in that direction. That's what they wanted to do, but I guess the hurdle is that Ilia Topuria doesn't want to fight him. He feels like he might not make the fight based on him not making that title fight against Islam Makhachev in January. But Tsarukyan, with his wrestling skill, grappling skills, and overall MMA game, and being somewhat in his prime of his career, would have been a better choice. Maybe the combination of Ilia not wanting this fight and Justin having an influential manager in Ali, this fight was able to take place. Justin was adamant he deserves this shot, like it's a disgrace if he doesn't get this shot, which may be looked at as a bit entitled considering he's just on a 1-fight win streak. He's not some undefeated phenom, 20-0, that is being held back due to politics. It's kind of the opposite. He may be getting this shot based on some of the political influence that his management has. Waste of time for the fans. UFC is supposed to make the best fights, not favors for people. I also heard that Arman is the backup fighter. I guess Arman Tsarukyan being the backup fighter for the Topuria versus Oliveira fight would have, earned him some respect and credit with the UFC to get this title shot against Topuria, but I guess not. Beautiful thing about this sport, once you're in that octagon, anything can happen. Topuria is very nice, but anyone can get KO'd, especially when Gaethje is swinging at you. Yeah, definitely Gaethje could win this fight by KO. They both hit hard. They're both good strikers. I would bet Topuria wins by knockout, but Gaethje winning by KO would not be a shocking outcome at all, really. I would be impressed. I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be impressed knocking out Topuria, but the sport is nuts. Over the weekend, I thought Johnny Walker for sure was going to get KO'd in the first round by Zhang Mingyang, and Walker stops him. I thought an absolute lock over the weekend was Michel Pereira beating Kyle Daukaus, and Daukaus knocks him out in 43 seconds. The sport is crazy. Anything can happen, but anything can happen isn't necessarily a good reason to make a fight happen. Someone explained to me how Justin landed this fight after getting knocked the F out by Holloway and barely winning his last fight by decision. Seems like a gift from Dana. Absolute light work for Ilia. Justin's defense, dog shit, too wild to get knocked the F out. Yeah, that's an opinion that a lot of people have. It may go down like that. No huge waste of time, huge L. Yeah, waste of time and is a good argument because Topuria, he seems like a guy who's not going to fight that much longer. I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 more times. Who knows? He doesn't seem like a guy who wants to defend the belt a bunch of times. Just a few more fights. So while he's still around, it'd be good for him to get the best fights possible. Some thought that the New York card UFC 322 is going to be headlined by JDM versus Islam Makhachev, but if they do Topuria versus Gaethje on that card and Pantoja versus Van as a co-main event, then probably JDM versus Makhachev will be UFC 323 December 6th in Vegas. Darren Till and Dylan Dennis are competing this weekend at Misfits Boxing in Manchester. Darren Till will be boxing Luke Rockhold in the main event, and Dylan Dennis is doing an MMA match against Warren Spencer. Dennis by sub, Till by KO. That'll be the picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's walking like this, and they're going to see my camera. It's a Muay Thai legend over here. He's a Muay Thai legend, so I actually want to ask him some questions that you guys can.
Sergey Pavlovich picked up a win last weekend against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Landed some big shots. Waldo has quite a chin, so he lasted the whole fight and lost the decision. Despite the victory, Pavlovich still needed surgery on his nose. He said it was successful. He's kind of in limbo. He's kind of in the middle of the top 10. Not good enough to compete for the title anymore, but still not bad enough to lose to any of the guys below him in the rankings. UFC Qatar on November 22nd adds Alex Perez versus Asu Almabayev. Almabayev's coming off a win over Jose Ochoa. Prior to that, he lost to Manal Kape, where he was outstruck and outpoked in the eyes en route to getting stopped by TKO. Alex Perez lost last year against Tyra. He got injured in that fight. That's the only fight on the Qatar card so far, November 22nd. First visit to the nation, it will be in the nation's capital, Doha. Recently, Daniel Cormier said he'd leave Jon Jones off the Mount Rushmore of MMA because he had PEDs in his system. He failed the drug test in the past, so Jon Jones says high school state champ, JUCO national champ, youngest UFC champ, greatest in MMA history, lifetime of loss, victory, sacrifice, and this guy wants to write it all off as steroids. Honestly, it's insulting, but I can't help but laugh knowing it was God-given abilities that made him feel so inferior. He was just talking about UFC accolades, though, but Chael Sonnen also agrees with Daniel Cormier's opinion. But Chael Sonnen was also one of the most known, well-known PED users, so there's also that.
Daniel, they're all like that. I mean, I could bring Barry Bonds into it or McGuire. Like, everybody goes down that road where they cheat the rules because they somewhere had an insecurity. They somewhere wanted an edge, and then they come back and go, but I could have done it anyway. It's like, well, maybe, but you didn't think you could. If you thought you could, you would have not have put a synthetic chemical substance into your ass. It's just one of those things. And John really gets upset about it. That DC, he doesn't deny the hit and runs. He doesn't deny the cocaine allegations. He doesn't. That's the one. That's the one that bothers him. The picogram and the couple of failed tests. And I mean, I'll just share with you, that's a very common thing with athletes. I do believe he could be right. I do believe John could have been the champion of the world without steroids. But somewhere within him, at some point, he doubted that. And that's the life he chose.
The wrestler who had to stop Rampage Jackson's son Raja from continuing to assault Psycho Stu in that wrestling match had a lot of harsh words for Raja Jackson, obviously.
Ring and I'm breaking it up and he shoots a fucking double leg on me. By the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being fucking hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye. After we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change the fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father, use his fucking clout, use his fucking knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch. Fuck you.
Roger Jackson hasn't been arrested, but probably will be at some point. Rampage Jackson always knew something like that was going to happen in the past. He talked about how he set money away for this purpose.
I knew that Roger and his older son whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew they was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If he go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.